Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to TeamODZ Live. We've got somewhere on here. Where is he? There he is. There he is. There's
Oh,
Rick. And as if by magic, Rick appeared.
I'm really here?
Yeah,
Here.
can't be so. And there's Owen as well. Hey up, lad, how's you doing?
Hey, Owen.
A wild Rick appears. Yes. Quite an orange Rick.
Oh, yeah. I am kind of orange today, huh? Wow. That won't work.
It looks okay on the screen, that.
Okay.
You go through two chroma key filters onto the stream. So.
Sometimes when I turn on the regular light in here, sometimes that seems to show up more than my front light. Sometimes it doesn't.
I've never played Pokemon either. Oh, and I don't get the reference. I've got the leaves changing in Central Park as well. I need to figure out which route it is that we've ridden on the ebb in Central Park. I can't remember which one it is. For instance, there aren't enough filters in the world to make him look good. I don't know. You turn the camera off. So, last winter, when Faith was visiting, I can't remember if it was Thanksgiving or if it was Christmas. Sat in a car off the driveway and she hit our mailbox and broke the mailbox post.
Yeah.
Well, it's a shared post, so there's my neighbour's mailboxes on it. So I wasn't happy, obviously. It meant I needed to buy a new post, and it's something that we'd only just put in that spring last year. So, but I waited for a moment when I could tell my neighbour what had happened face to face. I didn't want to do it over a text message. Kind of a bit like breaking up, isn't it? You know, it's not the thing doing it over text message. You want to do it face to face. Anyway, it was spring before I got an opportunity to see him, as you know, winter. Well, he thought a snowplow had done it. So he was kind of relieved when he found out that it was Faith's fault and that he wouldn't have to go paying for a new post. Anyway, I get a new post, I install it. Looks great. It's actually better than the old post. So, yeah, I on my phone yesterday and I've got a text message from him. Yesterday morning, his youngest son backed into the mailbox and broke the post.
Man.
So I've given him all the details of where I got the post from. They actually have a phone number and an email address so you can order spare parts. So hopefully you won't have to replace the whole post. I know, right, Owen?
Wow, I am in no way in the mood for this right now. Hopefully it gets better in a little bit.
As soon as I read the text message, I laughed. I told Faith, she laughed. I told Yolanda, she laughed. I told Hope, she laughed. And I said to Hope, when you start driving your car, Hope, stay away from the mailbox. I was just saying to Owen, I was just saying to Rick before we went live on that yesterday I planned to race with Gerrie on Indy Velo yesterday morning, but Gerrie didn't plan to race on Indy Velo yesterday morning, so ended up riding with him and Cyril. One of the pace spots on Indy Velo. And it's probably a good thing that didn't get to race. No, not this week. One of the guys that works in my team, for my team, is going back to India next week. So made a bit of a meal in work. So another Indian that works in our office, he owns a local Indian restaurant. So not too often, but sometimes he'll if there's something worth celebrating, he'll cater in, and he catered in yesterday. Let's just say, I don't think I need to eat for another week now. I think I ate enough for a week yesterday. I don't know. There are other cuisines that I'd rather eat than Indian food, but I enjoy it. And yeah, it was good yesterday. It was. I piled my bowl up once, ate that, and then filled it up again, went for a walk, came back and ate that. Then I found out that there was cookies in the cafeteria for another celebration. They had a few different games down in the cafeteria. One of them was a rather large Connect 4. I'm pretty mean at Connect 4. I'll take any opportunity I can to prepare 2 lines that need to finish them. You have 2 holes, one above the other, so you end up forcing the other person to give you the win. And I'm rather good at that, and my team leader lost to me. We're walking away from it and I apologised. I know I can talk about it now because you won't be watching. Her clock only has one 5 o'clock on it, and it isn't the early one. So, Charlie, I'm pretty sure it was Charlie, said that he got injured playing Jenga.
Yeah, I do pretty good at Jenga and the big ones, especially because you can really get in there. I mean, I perfected the whole on the small Jenga, being able to use one hand, but like whenever you grab, you always grab carefully, either with these 2 fingers while you're steadying everything, or with the 2 and then a finger lightly placed on the corner just to keep it from moving around if needed. The giant one, harder to do that, but that's what makes it fun. I typically don't lose at that one though.
I went for a walk with Hope the other day, and and you might have seen him, or you might have as well, Rick. And it's a thing called an aerobie. It's a flying ring. You seen one?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so it's kind of like a frisbee, but it's got a hole in the middle.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've seen them. Okay, they're like kind of rubberish.
Well, the edges of them are. Yeah, they are, aren't they? One says the best frisbees ever. Well, you know, it's a bit of a treat when I pick that up and we go for a walk, because we're walking to the field near us, and just throw that around for a bit. See if you can get it to go furthest. Hope wasn't that far behind me. Maybe only 5. We didn't have a tape measure. We're counting paces, but 5 or 6 paces at the most. So we're carrying on our walk. We walk down Toller Road, and here comes Ben. Walking down Toller Road, and once we'd got back into the middle school's grounds, there's a sledding hill. Hey up, Ben.
Hey, Ben.
So I said, come on, let's go up the sledding hill, see how far we can throw this thing. So on one side of this sledding hill, about 80 yards away from it, is a parking lot. So I let Hope throw it in whichever way she wanted, and we saw how far it went. I took it back. I went down and collected it, took it back, and let her have another go. Then I had a couple of goes, same direction. And then I brought it back up, and I said, right, okay, let's see if we can get it in the parking lot. So first attempt was short. Second attempt, I landed it right on the edge of the parking lot. Happy Friday, Ben.
Sometimes before tap room opens, or if it's slow to get busy, I'll always start trying to start a game with all the coasters to try to either play pass or hit a certain spot, make them land on top of each other. Takes a certain kind of different kind of skill with coasters, because they don't want to fly.
Nice work, Ben. What was your pace? I was going to go for a run yesterday, but meetings conspired against me, so I just managed to walk in between, feeding my hole. $7:40, nice.
Nice.
So we both me and my team leader decided that we'd been invited to a particular meeting, and we weren't going to have very much input to it, so we went for a walk while we were taking part in the meeting.
Oh, nice.
I should have
That's a good
turned my
idea.
camera on.
That's my favorite kind of meeting, would be one on the go. I don't think I've ever had a meeting on the go, but I'd like to. I know it always works whenever Heidi and I go out on walks. We typically have pretty good discussions. Oh, this one's gonna be a tough one today. Definitely feeling the fatigue. Heart rate's good. Legs are just feeling it a little.
Yeah, Des is almost a teenager now, isn't he? Oh, no, he's more than a teenager. He's over years, isn't he?
I don't even want to talk about teenagers right now.
Yeah, 21 teen. That's his age, isn't it? 21 teen.
I'm in that point where this year is the magic year where Grace has fully moved herself into a teenager category. And
Or does she
I mean,
have the
most of
floppy
it
arms
is
yet?
most
Well,
of
I
it is
don't
going.
want to.
There's some of that sometimes that comes out of nowhere. And the best part is, I know that it's only the beginning. But
Well,
then again, the beginning, kind of the worst.
Oh, and you do that in French, don't you? Describe yourself as 3012. Which is a 2012, wouldn't it? Uh oh, there we go. Someone said the word.
There it is.
Ben's fault. Ben did it. We don't get any Facebook notifications, but we get that.
Oh, this is so pleasant. I don't want to stop with the rest. My heart rate was at 114, and then all of a sudden I realized my time in rest and recovery was almost over, and then it shot up to 130.
Nice football team.
All right, 15 minutes, 225. Just isn't too bad. It's just gonna wear me out a little bit, and then the tough part about this is it's only 2 minutes at 300, but then my 3-minute recovery is at 210. So it's not really necessarily recovery. It's more of like a shuttle at that point, right?
A space shuttle.
Yes,
A Columbia.
exactly.
Or is it a Discovery?
It's a shuttle on its way to the galactic acid.
Yeah, what gave it away then? Didn't bring any cop switch down with me. To go and hunt at some when I start the ebb.
Week definitely feels like I've just been taking breaks in between pedaling. Even though I haven't really pedaled more than I normally would. But I think it's because I do it 3 times a day all week. That just seems to feel like that's all I do all day. Can't say I don't like it though. I don't like workouts though, at this point.
I remember when I used to get up really early then, and I guess I still do. When I go for a run in the mornings when I was doing my marathon training, I remember doing a 20-miler. You don't find that. It looks like a guy golfing. The route that I chose. Fine. In the book of races. Cool profile. Lord, there we go.
An Ironman in Barcelona. That'd be a shame to go to Barcelona and be like, well, now I'm going to do an Ironman. I promise you, if I make it to Barcelona, I will not spend my time doing an Ironman there.
Right, I found the. I don't want to think it. I think the V stop is turned on. The V stop will be on that. There you go. It was a 17-mile run, but it looks like a guy golfing.
Was it on a golf course too?
Nope. That's it. Run from my house.
Yeah, that'd be a big golf course.
Covered quite a lot of Nina there. That's my my only attempt at activity art.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. The holes are all. It would really be a zigzag pattern if you would have, if it was golfing. But when it's Andy's golfing, he's just in the outskirts looking for balls the whole time.
I might have lost 19 balls in 9 holes, though. I found a few as well, though.
I don't know. I'm pretty good at golf on my phone. I've been playing. Can't even remember what the name of it is. I'm playing it lately. Golf Clash. Not too shabby. If only I was that good in real life. Which at this point I don't know, because the last time I played was, I must have been like 10.
Well, he says he's good at Wii golf. I'm good at Wii.
Yeah, I can do some Wii golf.
I'm good at Wii. Oh, I used to be good at Wii bowling.
Oh yeah, Wii bowling. I like it with the new attachment that they made after they came out with Sports Resort, where you can twist it, so you can get spin on there. You can control your spin.
Well, you can do that anyway.
Well, it's just different once you add on that. It's like a gyroscope attachment. It also allows you to play ping pong and be able to put the back and forward spin on the ball.
Uh-oh. What did you say, Ben? Let's go and have a look here.
Can't believe they're going to make me do 2 minutes at 300 watts after doing this for 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think that one's justified, Ben.
And that one comes with the nunchuck too, where you can do
Not yet, Owen. It wasn't you yet.
archery.
Nunchucks, is that where you have two Chuck Norrises dressed in nun outfits?
There you go. That's exactly what they are. How'd you know? Yeah, every so often we'll break up the week. And then realize that we need new batteries. Usually around Christmas time. One year for Christmas, I bought us a PlayStation VR, thinking that that would be a good replacement for the Wii, an updated version. We used that like one day on Christmas and realized it's a good way to go into your own world and not realize what's going on around you, but not a good way to have a family fun time. So now it's just been sitting there. There was one first-person shooter game that came with it. It was a demo. That was intense. First-person shooters in VR is definitely a way to get very motion sick and to get your heart rate up.
The one Airbnb that we stayed in, there was a few board games. One of them was Scrabble, so the kids got the Scrabble out and they were playing Scrabble, and Faith was absolutely wiping the floor with hope. So I thought, right, okay, we need to even this up a bit. So I sat next to Hope and I started helping her. and Hope won. So then Faith was all upset because I'd helped Hope and not her. So then same place, day after. Me and the kids, we played a game. And no word of a lie, I had 7 vowels on my rack at one point.
My uncle is a master at Scrabble. It's amazing too, because the game always starts out like, okay, I think I can win this one. And then just gradually, he's so efficient at his letter play that he just ends up beating everybody by double, at least.
Mine's personal favourite, Overcooked. Keep talking and no one explodes. Reminds me of another Chuck Norris joke. Chuck Norris threw a grenade once and killed 12 people. Then it exploded.
Yeah, usually Monopoly is the one that ends up getting us. We actually haven't played it in quite some time. It's the last time. Because just so much time invested in it. And then at the end, I don't back off if I'm winning. I collect all my money. And sometimes this annoys people.
You send the bailiffs out, do you?
I've actually heard before, that's unfair. And I was like, what do you mean it's unfair? It's your bill. You have to pay now. Rent's due. But then I'll be out of the game. Exactly. And then I win. And then that turned into a flipping of the board and a walking away. And I was like, well, I win either way. That must have been like 10 years ago.
Have you ever seen Bomberman World, Owen? It used to be on the Amiga, and then there was a version on the PlayStation. You could have up to 5 people playing it. It was on like a checkerboard. You look down on this checkerboard. Every other square was a pillar, and there was earth or something that you could blow up, and that might have power-ups under it. And you could drop bombs, and they'd tick away and then explode. And the idea was you had to blow up your opponents. So, you drop a bomb and then quickly duck around the corner. And if you had 5 players, then it was quite easy to start picking players off at first. If you got all ganged up on one player, you could drop a bomb around them, or drop bombs around them. Bomberman World.
I think my favorite PC game of all time was SimCity 2000. I used to go and rush through my schoolwork just so that I could go and play that in a certain class.
Half-Life and Half-Life 2 Deathmatch.
No, I never played those.
I take my computer around to a friend's house, and we'd connect them all up, and we'd all be in different rooms playing Half-Life Deathmatch.
Yeah, those were the days when you had to do it near each other.
Then I moved down to Kent, and a friend of mine gave me access to his internet connected, co-located Linux box. I ran the game server on there, so we could still play. And then Half-Life 2 came out, and I set the deathmatch server up on the internet again. I used to take the log files and pass those in an Excel spreadsheet, and I would give an award for most kills, and I'd give a Fluffy Bunny award as well for the least kills.
The only one I ever played, I used to play Duke Nukem, yes. But I used to play GoldenEye on Nintendo 64. But that was always side by side, playing each other on split screen.
Yeah. We used to
Which then adds
we
the
used
new
to play with a guy
complication of knowing.
that we called Potty because he was. And I used to play Half-Life Deathmatch using a joystick in my right hand and my mouse in my left hand, and I'd use the mouse to look, the scroll wheel on the mouse to select weapons, and everything else was on the joystick. You know, you push it forward to move forwards, left and right to turn your left and right. The top hat, left and right would strafe, left and right. Top hat up would jump, down would crouch. 2 fire buttons, and then there's a couple of other buttons on the right hand side of the top hat. One would reload. What did the other one do? Can't remember what I had the other one doing. But I was rather good at it. I could position the joystick in a way that I could strafe around the corner so that I'd be able to get a shot off sooner if I was chasing someone. No, this is all on PC. So Potty decided he needed a joystick because I was so much better at it than he was. So he got a joystick. Well, the first time we got together to play, all we heard is bang and crash from the room that Potty was in. He got that frustrated with a joystick. He's thrown it across the room.
I used to, it was less of a playing game, I guess, but I used to be really into Flight Simulator for some reason when I was a kid. And I would actually like do actual flights, international flights and stuff, and like try to plan it out. But I knew how long the flight should take. And then going like, yeah, it was pretty boring. And then I would go and do something and then make sure that I was back in time to go and
There you go.
and land
Elite.
or set up for my landing. Oh yeah, VR, that'd be amazing. I tried to play, so they have an option on PlayStation VR to play, oh wow, I can't remember what it's called.
Hey, thanks for the ride on,
It's
Shade.
the one where you explore space and there's all of the artificially, or there's all like generated planets and stuff, and galaxies. Wow, I can't even remember the name of it for some reason. But
Yeah, Nick.
that one, No Man's Sky, yeah, that one. And that has a VR option, but
So I
it
don't know.
looked great. But it's very complicated to operate.
So Kerry,
For some
Nick.
reason, it doesn't allow you to push buttons.
Now I really can say,
Yeah.
hey, lad, what's you doing?
Oh, another one? I barely even rested. Oh, this is gonna be horrible.
So as we were getting ready for the CRL races, before I went live, I was trying to teach the guys some Yorkshire sayings. None of them understood, Nick, what put wood in toll means.
Wooden toll?
Put wood in
Is that
toll.
what it- Put wooden toll?
Yeah. So what do you think that means?
I bet it doesn't mean what it sounds like at all.
Well, name things that are made of
I would
wood.
imagine. Nickels.
Um,
Wooden nickels, that is.
Sup with you?
Well, that one makes sense.
Oh,
Now, whether or not it
does
means
as
what
well.
it does.
Yeah. If you ask me to put wood into all, I'd go and close the door.
See, that makes no sense. I wouldn't told. That could mean like I wouldn't tell.
Next time I'm DSing the DRL, I'll have to say, sup with ya? Come on! Bunch of pansies. They might not ask me back to DS again, but you're born in a field, yeah. Oh, you're born in a barn. Another one, isn't it?
Is that if you don't put wood into, then you're asked?
Yep.
You were born in a field.
Yep. That's right, Nick. It does make perfect sense.
I guess it's the toll part that doesn't make sense.
I went to Menards last night and had to buy 2 new blinds for my bedroom. And I'm on the way back and someone could chunk sell a repeater. I mean, okay, well, I'm not having a premium for chunks, so I threw my call sign out there. No response. And then a couple of minutes later, someone else called. So a guy called Dan. So I said, good evening, Dan. Hey, J9L Mobile. Said, what was the call sign? He said, Alpha Juliet 9 Lima. He said, November 9, Oscar Charlie. I said, well, you got one of those right. I said it more slowly and tried to say it more clearly. You've got one of those, Nick, right?
That one makes perfect sense because that's a New England saying as well. Except it's more, you make a better door than a window. You got to pronounce window in New England. I don't know why. Everything else gets an A at the end and an H.
Well, I'll go to foot of our stairs. Never really understood that one. Well, never.
2 more to go. Whew. I am resting up a bit on these revolvery parts. Just not really resting to a restful point. I guess that's what it's all about.
All right, Rick, how about that one? Off the chop.
This one
out.
That means you got locked in and they're asking if you want to be let out.
I think you're just being silly now.
Come on. Oh, that one's perfect.
I'm off to the shop. Do you want anything?
Oh, okay.
I'm off to the shop.
Oh,
On out.
Okay, I'm off the shop. Okay. I think the one that Owen said is to get slapped up in the back of a Ford.
Oh, no, you see, you've got to pronounce that one correctly. I didn't see that one, sorry, Owen. So what Owen said was, smack you around back at forehead.
Does that like knock you into yesterday? Or into tomorrow?
If it's a chip oil.
Or is that
I-
like a spanking?
I've not heard chip oil. One out. I guess what it means. Oh, well, that was a little whimper from Ray.
Yeah, the hip flexors are feeling it already. Or it's more whatever's in the back.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to have to start using these in work. I mean, I get funny looks even if I say things like, get your finger out. My team leader's used to me now because she listens to Scott Mills, so I used to. I got her on Scott Mills and Chris Miles back in the day. Our desks aren't too far apart, and I know when she'd be listening to Mills because I'd hear her start laughing for no reason. No, so the last time I was over there, Nick, I came into Manchester Airport, jumped in my hire car, drove up the M6 a bit, stopped off at the services, needed the bathroom, and just to be surrounded by northern accents, I'm thinking, whoa, what's going on?
In a way, I guess Maine's the northern accent of New England.
Who hit auto mod? Did you hit auto mod on?
Yeah, this is why I don't chat. I have to actually be on the stream or else I get auto-modded all the time. I found out.
It was the AF bit, Owen. Yeah. Oh, mod saying, shut the cake hole. What's that, Rick? I told you to shut the cake hole.
That'd be the hole in which you insert cake.
That correct?
Yeah. One thing that's very popular around New England that I don't say is wicked. Everything's wicked good or wicked funny. I used to say it when I was a kid, and then somehow.
What? Wait! Time out.
Whoa! Hold on.
You are still a kid.
What? Wow.
You are still a kid.
Thanks. Thanks. I appreciate that. That's what everybody tells me. I don't know.
So am I, but because we all know immature is a word that boring people use to describe fun people.
Apparently, just moving to upstate New York got rid of my wicked. Because I used to say wicked all the time. I didn't realize it until one summer when I came back up to visit. And everybody would say wicked, and I'd be like, wow, that's right. I used to say that. I don't use that term anymore. Now I only use it when I'm impersonating a New England accent.
Mental note. Made a mental note of that one. At some point, that will come up in the stream title. It's Wicked Rick.
Oh, see, that doesn't work. It has to be an adjective. Although it is an adjective, I guess that would.
Well, I could just put a comma in there. It's Wicked Rick.
How about
there you
Wicked
go.
Good Rick?
Oh, what's Nick said now?
Pick horse.
Growing old is unavoidable. Growing up is optional.
Last one.
Yeah, there you
Almost.
go. Here you go, Rick. Where's Owen? He's in bog. What does that mean?
Let's see. I'm guessing it doesn't mean that he's actually trapped in a bog somewhere.
Well, what do you think bog means?
Well, then there's that. Then there's that one. Not a marshy area. It's a.
I'd be worried if it was marshy, didn't bog.
I mean, I'd like to say an outhouse or a bathroom in general.
There you go. Yep, you got it. And now you can see why I'd be worried if it was marshy in there.
That's why I said outhouse. Those can get kind of marshy. Whew, there. VO2's over.
Already?
Now I just spin out 210, and then I get to rest.
Well, you've only told me 30 kilometers.
Oh yes, Canadians call it restroom, and here in Maine, which is, I mean, if you look at the line, it was just a fluke that we happened to be a part of the U.S.
Yeah,
But
we should all adopt the same slang. So from this point forward, bathroom is bog, and we all know what it means.
yeah, if the world could come together, we'll all just get on the imperial system and call bathrooms bogs.
Hey, come on, we need to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah. Whew. Oh yeah, so the other day I got a letter from the City of Bangor Planning Committee. It was all about something. They're looking for a public
Bog.
feedback on a certain bill they wanted to pass. And so I had a map showing all of the zoning of every area in Bangor. And then I looked at the corner of the map and it said that who it was prepared by. And then on the bottom part it said Bangor, province of New Brunswick.
What?
Like what? Wait, what? What's going on here? So there was, I'm wondering how many people noticed that in the city. I would imagine if someone from the city had noticed it, they probably would have said, hey, could you just change that to Maine by any chance?
It's an Easter egg. Did you spot the deliberate
Actually,
mistake?
I shouldn't have thrown it away. Tossed it the other day. I should have held on to it. It was great because they showed all the zones, but they put the
Yeah, I go with that. I go with that one.
And then you'll cast your death. Get a coat on. You'll catch your death.
Yeah, Nick's having typing problems. So it does mean catch.
I wasn't talking to you. That was funny, right? When I said that, Heidi was putting on a sweatshirt and she looked over at me. Like I was.
How's Heidi doing?
She's getting better. She's walking around without a boot now. The other day, she had to move some stuff around the office at work.
All of a sudden, I've got Kesha's boots and boys stuck in my head.
Whew. But yeah, so apparently whoever did that map looked at the map and saw us and was like, oh yeah, that's definitely a part of New Brunswick. That's not a part of the US. and then lumped us in with New Brunswick, I guess. Even though there's a river that separates the two. And a big dotted international line. There's that too. But I ran into that when I moved from here to New York. My first day of school. Now I was only in 4th grade, so I wouldn't expect everybody to be geography whizzes yet at that age, but when I moved there, they were impressed with the fact that I didn't have much of an accent and that I could speak English so well.
Yeah, I do okay with English as well.
I was confused with this, and then they asked, like, how did I get over here? Did I take a ship or did I fly? And all this stuff. I was like, no, we just drove. And then finally, that's when I realized that they thought that I was from another country when I was just from 2 states over. But they were for 4th graders, so, you know. It was also in a place where, that time it was Ithaca, New York, where Cornell University is. So there is a lot of people coming from other countries to either go to school or to teach at Cornell. So it's a very diverse school. So they just kind of expected everybody from places that they hadn't heard of to be another country. And actually, that was the same time Tom Best was there too. He was going to school there. And I was going to school there as well, I told him. And then he was like, then he questioned how I was going to school there when I'm that much younger than him. And then I said, well, I was in 4th grade.
Rick started shaving really early.
Oh, no, I didn't go to Cornell. No, Tom. I went to elementary school.
There's another. I'll be back in a sec. Someone's on floor. What's that one, Rick?
Someone's on floor. Let's see. See, that T, I'm trying to figure out what that would be shortened for. And then have it be blower. Wow, that's a tough one.
Well, let's break this up. What do you think blower could be?
Well, I mean, I would imagine it would be a fan, moving air of some sort, you would imagine. And then, but I'm trying to figure out how that
wouldn't it? Wouldn't it, Owen? I mean, it's fun enough with Rick, but
I mean, Wags would make it. He would start breaking out his accent, and it would be
I was just going to say, he'd be trying to say it in his posh British accent, and it would just sound so silly.
Yeah, we need to get him up early and playing this game someday.
I've got his phone number. I can give him a wake-up call. Oh, come on. You haven't you haven't explained. I'll be back in a sec.
Wow, that one is really.
Someone's on the
that
floor.
one's really tough.
No, giving up.
Yeah, I've given up. That one's
right. Nick's saying he's going to be back in a second. There's someone on the phone.
On the what?
Phone, telephone.
On the phone?
Yeah.
That's a blower?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. That makes no sense at all, but that's all right. Wow, on the blower. I was trying to figure, because I mean, you could also, in some ways, call a toilet a blower.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
I've heard someone say they're going to go blow one out before, so you would do that into your blower. But as far as the phone goes, although when I was a kid, my cousin and I used to communicate a lot, and we would spend outrageous amounts of time on the phone, and we'd run out of things to say, so pretty soon we'd just start blowing into the phone and making that sound back and forth. And so, I mean, in that way, I could call it a blower. This is fun because sometimes I'll see these reels and stuff where it's about like people trying to figure out New England sayings from other parts of the US. But I don't know if I'm just used to them.
But yeah, I want some clarification here, Rick. You mean actual blowing or blowing raspberries?
Well, see, blowing raspberries involves a pursing of the lips. Right?
Well, it doesn't. It involves sticking a tongue out through a lip. Through lips.
Or that, yeah. Yeah, there was none of that. This was just breathing into the phone. Sometimes it would start with just being on the phone so long that the phone just starts to press into the face, and then the breathing through the nose starts to be louder.
Yeah, you can get arrested for that, you know.
I don't miss those days. That was too much time on the phone. I'm making up for it these days. I was spending just about no time on the phone. The other day, I spent an hour on the phone with my dad, and that's a rare moment. Whew.
Alright, let me do 5K before with meter pens. Probably can actually, because you've got 12 minutes before the meter pens, but then I've got 16 minutes before the start of the year.
Yeah. Today, I have to leave work early. I have to get to work a little earlier to be able to leave work early to go do a fundraiser for Graceland's All-Star Cheer at the ice rink. I guess Eddie and I are going to run the hot chocolate station. And guess who won't even be there? If you guessed Grace, you're right. Oh no, I'll be there. Grace will not be there because she will be at her school cheer. So we'll just go and raise funds for her. Should be fun. But since I'm going to work on bike, then I might have to leave a little earlier than I normally would.
Yeah, I have to do the same today. Top's got what's marching in there, homecoming.
There, that workout wasn't so bad. I mean, it was tiring, but where I'm already tired. But it's just amazing switching back to doing 300 watts after that plan has me doing 485 all week. It's just like the less amount of stress it is on my body is amazing. I could barely stand up straight on Wednesday after finishing that workout where it was 45 seconds at 485. It did something in my back. And then riding to work didn't help it out at all. Being in an arrow position. That's where the percussion gun comes in. Fixed me right up, so I was good to go yesterday.
Three kilometers. You right on, Darren? I don't come in and take fast now. Well, 40k here. I'll get ready for the ebb. What all the hills on this route?
Yeah. You'd think this was in the future, they'd figure out how to get rid of the hills, you know?
Yeah, right.
They're just inefficient.
Alright, well, I'm going to pull the stream down. I'll finish this out. And we've got the time for the rest for the ebb. So, Owen, Ben, Nick, thank you very much for chatting so much. Everybody else that's out there, appreciate you watching. And I will be back in 11 minutes time with the Friday ebb. 9 minutes time, I can't even subtract. So, we'll see you all again shortly. Thank you very much for joining. Bye for now.
Bye bye.